Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. It's 9 o'clock on a Tuesday and it's time for the second episode of Magic News. First of all, thank you to everybody that commented on the video last week and said how much they enjoyed Magic News. A lot of people have said there's been nothing like this, and it's great to get a weekly update of what's coming up around the world, and I completely agree, so we're going to carry on doing these videos. Now, if you have any news that you want to share, please let me know in the comments down below, or message me, or email me, send me a smoke signal, and I'll be happy to include it in next week's Magic News. I've got a whole bunch of stuff to get through. It's quick, it's snappy. I'm going to talk to you all about stuff that's going on in the Magic community, maybe talk about it a couple of seconds myself and let you know what I think. But one more thing, I'm here in Columbus, Ohio, at Penguin Magic, which is why I'm filming it in my hotel room. I promise you next week I will be back in the studio. With that all being said, it is time. It is time for Magic News. So first up, the first thing that we really need to talk about is the Magic Circle versus the Magic Circle Foundation. Now, I don't want to spend too much time talking about this because it's quite negative, but basically it's something that needs to be talked about because the Magic Circle is kind of imploding at the moment within the scenes. Now, here's the thing. There's always been, I'm going to preface this by saying that the Magic Circle is an amazing place. I'm a very proud member of the Magic Circle, and despite being kicked out a couple of times in the past, I've been a good boy recently. And I think that I think Marvin Burglass is doing an incredible job as the president of the Magic Circle. And I think that what they have achieved over the course of the last year, especially the live events team, have been phenomenal. If you don't know, very brief history lesson, for the last year, the live events team have been putting together a plan where the Magic Circle is being used more as a venue to put on shows, which is fantastic because the Magic Circle should all be about promoting magic in the UK. And a lot of the time, in the past, the building has just sat unused. It's open on a Monday evening for members to go into, and outside of a corporate hire, it's not really used that often. So what the live events team have done, along with Marvin Burglass, is they've been trialing using the venue for different shows. They've been putting on more shows than ever before. James Phelan had, I think, a 12-date run last year. And why is it imploding? Well, without getting too much into the politics of this, the foundation is a charitable organisation completely separate to the Magic Circle. And honestly, their aims don't mesh. Now, reading between the lines, and to be honest, there is so much kicking off in the various Facebook groups at the moment, and people are taking sides. It's actually getting quite nasty. There's people pointing fingers back and forth. It's just disgusting. It's terrible as far as I'm concerned. But basically, reading between the lines, the foundation and certain members that are on the board of the foundation are not exactly helping things. They're not exactly being easy to work with. They're presenting data which is factually inaccurate. They're almost impossible to get hold of. You've got a member of the Magic Circle, who I don't particularly get on with, that's suing the foundation because they never get back to them. The communication is terrible. Anybody who runs a business will tell you that communication is the key. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes at the Magic Circle at the moment. And basically, you've got two sides. Marvin, the president, the live events team, a lot of other people are very pro the events team. They want to see more events coming on. They want to have more opportunities for performers to perform. They want to really promote magic to people that are in London by having more shows on. You know, there's a lot that they want to achieve, and the foundation are not really kind of playing ball on that side of things. They're saying, well, you know what, it's not working, it's not financially worth it, blah, 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 blah. Look, here's the thing. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get sides. I think anybody can read between the lines and see what side I'm on, the events team. But here's the thing, because I'm all about people seeing magic. I'm all about magic. You know, I remember when I went to the Magic Castle and I watched how amazing that venue is and how much happens at the Magic Castle and how it is a great venue to promote magic in California. We could have the same thing in the Magic Circle, but we don't. So I'm all for what the events team are doing. What I'm not into is all the bullshittery that's happening behind the scenes, because there's a lot of finger pointing. Oh, I don't think this person should do this. I think this person shouldn't be re-elected. I don't think that Marvin should do this. I don't think he should take sides. He's the president. Oh, the live attendance team is scum. They're doing this. They're doing that. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, because here's what's happening. New people are going to be coming into the Magic Circle. They're going to look around and they're going to go, what in the blue hell have I got myself into here? This is meant to be the premier organization for Magic in the UK, and they're arguing like a bunch of school kids. Honestly, the YMC, which is the Young Magicians Club, where all the young magicians hang out to, up to the age of 18, they're all more mature than a lot of the members of the Magic Circle and the Magic Circle Foundation. So if you're in the Magic Circle, if you're in the Magic Circle Foundation, I'm not going to rest on this anymore. All I'm going to say is grow the hell up. Grow the hell up, because honestly, what you're doing is you're putting people off wanting to become a member of the Magic Circle. I actually, at one point, considered leaving because I didn't want to be putting up with this bullshittery every time I go on Facebook. It's ridiculous. The Magic Circle should be about furthering the art, getting more people to come to live events, and actually using that building for something more than just sitting there getting dilapidated. You know, basically, sort yourselves out. You know, we're very lucky to have somebody like Marvin Burglass as the president that has proven over and over again what an incredible business owner he is. To be honest, if I was the president, I would have buggered off by now. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Sort yourselves out, but that's your first piece of news. Magic Circle and the Magic Circle Foundation are kind of at war at the moment, and it's insane. Okay, next piece of news. I don't know if you read The Jerks. I did a video recently on sort of my favourite things, my favourite people in Magic, and what I think about this person, what I think about that person. And I said at the time, I love The Jerks. I love reading The Jerks. I think a lot of the stuff he does is amazing. Funnily, after I did that video, somebody wrote into The Jerk saying, do you think Craig's been sincere? Yeah, I'm being why would I not be sincere? I don't think I've got a problem turning round and saying I don't like somebody. I've done it over and over again on this channel. If I didn't like The Jerks, I'd be doing a video saying, actually, this guy's an arsehole. But he's not. He's super talented, super creative, really nice guy, very, very, very funny. Why am I bringing up The Jerks? I want you to go back and look at a post he put up a few days ago. He gave an idea for my product Chop. So Chop is a trick I bought out through Penguin Magic a couple of years ago, and it was out many, many years before that. And Andy the Jerks posted on his blog about a way that he uses Chop in kind of a social situation, which is a lot of what his content is all about. And I read it and I immediately thought, well, that could actually even be used in a gigging situation as well. He basically talked about how you can turn a normal coffee cup along with Chop into kind of like a low budget master prediction system. Genius idea. It annoyed me a little bit because I've been working with that gimmick for 20 years and I never came up with that. It's brilliant. If you own Chop, you need to go and check that out. Thejerks.com. It's about 5 or 6 posts down. Have a look at it. It's a really great idea for the use of Chop. Okay, next piece of news for people in the UK. Get excited because Penn Teller are coming back to the UK. That's right, they're coming back to the UK. It's going to be in September 2025 at the London Palladium. Really interesting because they were here last year. I missed them, and it was their retirement tour. And I think they were billing that as the final time that they were going to appear in the UK. But I think this is the Still Not Dead tour, so I think they're going to be coming back in September. Massive respect. I love Penn and Teller. Massive respect to them. Teller doesn't need to be doing this. Teller's what, 107 at this point or something like that? He doesn't need to be doing this. He probably goes to sleep on a mattress piled full of money. He's worked his entire life. And Penn has, both of them. They've worked their entire life working really hard. What's Teller had? He's had multiple operations on his heart. He doesn't need to be doing this. And yeah, he's traveling the world. He's doing his show at Vegas. It just shows how much both Penn and Teller love Magic, because honestly, if they're retired now, their legacy is set. Not only is their legacy set, they'll never need to worry about money again. But they're not. They're going to keep going. I genuinely believe they're going to continue until one of them drops dead on stage one night. More power to them. It's kind of very inspiring that they're not retiring, they're not giving up, and they've still got it. As they would say in wrestling, they've definitely still got it. So if you're in the UK, might be final time. Tickets are on sale now. You can get them, as I say, September at the London Palladium. go check them out. Talking about Penn Teller, they actually appeared on TV in the UK. They appeared on a program called Good Morning, which is a kind of a breakfast show, and it was to promote the shows that they've got coming out in 2025, and they pissed off a lot of people in the magic community, especially some people in the magic circle. Why? Well, they brought up the magic circle in a negative way, like they do an awful lot. And then they brought up King Charles being a member of the magic circle and auditioning with the Cups and the Balls. And then they did their variation of the Cups and the Balls where they perform it, and then they expose how it works with see-through cups. A lot of people are up in there. A lot of people are annoyed in the magic circle for a couple of different reasons. One, the first reason is they are dissing the magic circle. Second of all, they're exposing magic and exposing how the Cups and Balls works. Here's the thing. I understand. I totally get that. You know, nobody likes to be slagged off. I know I don't. I would probably be reacting if I was the magic circle quite negatively, because that's kind of what I do. But the bottom line is, you know, all publicity is good publicity. All publicity is good publicity. And, you know, them appearing on Good Morning Television, that's just going to make magic look good. And you know that Cups and Balls, I know they expose it, but they expose it in a way where it's almost as magical watching them do it with see-through cups as it was doing it the first time round. I kind of disagree that that's full-on exposure. And you know what? Anybody who's upset about Penn Teller appearing on Good Morning Television, I guarantee you, if you were at a magic convention and they were there and they walked up to you and said hi, you'd be like, oh, hello, Mr. Penn. Hello, Mr. Teller. Can I have your autograph? Can I take a photo with you? And that's the thing, you know, people are very different on the internet than they are in person. It's just the way it is. I see it over and over again, and this is the perfect example. The bottom line is, what they're doing is promoting magic and getting more people excited about magic, which, you know, they may have taken a pop shot at the magic circle. Nobody will remember that in a few days' time, but they will remember that Penn and Teller are coming to the UK to do a show, and that's good for magic. Okay, let's start talking a little bit about Black Friday, because obviously Black Friday is coming up very, very soon. You're going to see this on the Tuesday. I think that the official Black Friday is 3 days' time. Cyber Monday is a few days later. And everybody's doing Black Friday deals. This is not the time for me to go through every single Black Friday deal. I'm not going to do that. I do want to point out a couple of things though. So, okay. So first of all, Vanishing Ink. Now, Vanishing Ink, I've heard from my sources that Vanishing Ink are they're releasing a couple of really killer products. Now, they're releasing a few products as part of their Black Friday thing. They're releasing a few killer products, but the two that really kind of stand out for me, well, actually, the three that really kind of stand out for me. The first is a really awesome packet trick by Will Tyrell. He's the guy that brought out the trick where all of the packs of cards kind of vanish. He also brought out the dollar and the card transpo with Penguin. He has a new packet trick coming out. And it's very, very good. It's very different to anything you've seen before. Also, a FISM winner is bringing out a trick with a jumbo card. I'm not going to say any more about that, but a trick with a jumbo card. And I have heard on the grapevine from my sources, and I know this is true, that Angelo Carbone is going to be releasing through Vanishing Ink Notion in Motion. That's right, Notion in Motion. By the time you watch this video, it might even be live. Notion in Motion, probably one of the best thought of rising cards, is actually coming back out. And I know from speaking to Angelo, he's been waiting for years for this to come out. It's been a long time coming. It came out years and years and years ago. He signed the deal to bring it out through Vanishing Ink. They've been working on it. They wanted to make it perfect. The time is now. This is one of the best thought of card routines you'll ever see. Perfect for a stage performer, perfect for a parlor performer. It's great. It's really, really good. I'm not going to say any more about it, but guaranteed Notion in Motion is coming out. By the time you watch this video, it will probably be out. The other thing to talk about with Vanishing Ink and their Black Friday deals is they've got a really cool thing going on where the more you spend, the more you're going to get from Vanishing Ink. And if you spend over $100, you're going to get a free ticket to their virtual magic convention, which is taking place on the 2nd of December. And the ticket's normally $47. Tickets are $47, but you can get a ticket for free if you spend over $100 on stuff as part of their Black Friday. And their virtual convention, I've got the list of names here. Pith, the Magic Dragon. Clarissa Hendricks, that's right. Lucy Darling herself. Colin Cloud, the Vegas headliner. Paul Wilson, who's riding high at the moment with the release of Predator Pack, that's just come out through Penguin Magic. Who else? Alan Ackerman, legend, obviously. Jason England, and obviously Andy Gladwin and Josh Jay are going to be there. It's going to be a full-on virtual convention. $47 are the tickets, but if you spend over $100 at Vanishing Ink, you're going to get that for free. I think that's definitely worth it. Now, switching over to Penguin, which is where I'm at the moment, I always say that Penguin have the best Black Friday deals, and they are giving away a metric ton of stuff. They have incremental sliding scale. The more you spend, the more free stuff you're going to get. They're giving away some insane things. I was looking at it the other day. They're giving away Level Up, which was a trick that I only bought out a few months ago. They're giving away Lightyear by Carl Purnell, which is one of the most innovative magic tricks of 2023. They're giving away both Preston Nyman Penguin magic tricks, so First Class and Discovery. They're giving those away for free if you hit certain amounts that you spend on magic. This is insane. I think this is the best deal that they've had in terms of what they're giving away at each level. And if you spend $900, which is their top level, you're getting the Darren Brown book for free. That's right, the new Darren Brown book, the brand new one, the one that everybody was like racing to the Magic Circle to go and get the book when it first came out. They're giving that bloody thing away for free. That's amazing. And they've brought out a ton of new magic tricks as well. Josh Birch has brought out the Razor Wallet, which is like a thin card to wallet. I've bought out two tricks. I bought out Cheetah Chips, which is by myself and Phil Smith, and also by myself and Phil Smith is the Heroes and Villains deck. Both of those are amazing. Heroes and Villains deck I've been teasing for a couple of years. The Cheetah Chips, it's the ultimate collection of routines with chips. These chips are insane. I'm not going to go into that anymore. You've also got the Missing Finger from Mario Lopez. I watched Dalton do that live the other day. It is killer. You've also got a bunch of decks. You've got a bunch of other stuff. You've got an Easy Writer by a guy called Franz, which is a really cool thumb writer. And then finally, you've got 3 magic tricks by Elvo Stockman, Punchline, Bad Word, and Best Magic Shop. I'm not seeing any of those yet, to be honest. But they've got a bunch of new stuff coming out. Cheetah Chips, I think, is the best, but then again, I am biased. But basically Penguin are in it to win it. And then finally, Alakazam have really hit it out of the park as well when it comes to their Black Friday stuff. You've got Solitude Extreme, they're giving that away for free. You've got Expansion, they're giving that away for free. Hotspot by Pig Cake, which came out just a few months ago, they're giving that away for free when you hit certain deals. And every week on the Magic News, I try to give you a scoop. I'm going to give you 2 scoops this week, and this is the first scoop, right? Alakazam are going to be launching a new download. Okay, it's not a physical product, it's a download, and it's a download by me. And it's a download, it's not a physical product, but it's a project. It's like a 3-hour plus project on one of the most underused props that magicians could ever have. Now, you know I love doing projects. I've done the Visible project, the Svengali project, the Mirage Deck project, the list goes on and on and on. This is not a card thing. This is not a deck. This is not a gaff deck, which is kind of where I normally go with this. This is something completely different. And it's incredible. I'm super excited about this. You're all going to have this thing lying around, which is why it's not a physical product, because it doesn't need to be. You're all going to have one of these. And I guarantee you nobody's using it. They're launching this as part of the Black Friday deal. They are launching it as part of the Black Friday deal. And I think this is probably the best project that I've done, because everyone has one. They're all sitting in the drawer and nobody's using it. You'll find out more soon, but that project is launching with Alakazam as a download. They've got a load of stuff on sale. Finally, Murphy's Magic are just going through the roof. They're giving so much stuff away. Austin Murphy has lost his mind. Not enough to actually sit in a bathtub, but he's lost his mind. And they're giving away a ton of stuff through every magic dealer in their network. They've hit various tiers. They've hit the me tier. They've hit Tobias Dostal's tier. If you hit the 5th tier, somebody is going to win a ticket, an all expenses paid trip to Vegas to go and watch Shin Lim's show. Absolutely incredible. So look, there's a ton of Black Friday stuff. Go check it all out. Support your local dealers. They're really excited about this. You should be. And don't forget, buy cheetah chips and the Heroes and Villains deck. Okay, so swinging back to Vanishing Ink, we are coming up to the Session Magic Convention. There is a ton of stuff happening at the session this year. I just want to give a shout out that 3 names that have recently been announced. First of all, Carl Hein. Carl Hein is brilliant. I've been a big fan of Carl Hein for years. And also, I think he was one of the early experts of the cube genre, but he does so much more as well. Jim Steinmeier, I don't need to say anything about Jim Steinmeier. He is going to be at the Session Convention. And also, probably the most exciting, and now I'll be honest, I was not going to go to the Session Convention this year, but there is one name, or one bunch of names that has changed my mind, and I might very possibly go, because they've announced the Flicking Fingers are going to be at the Session Magic Convention 2025 in January. Who are the Flicking Fingers? Well, my favourite magic book of all time is Don't Forget to Point by the Flicking Fingers. You have Pitt Hartling in there, you have Manuel Muerte in there. They're all going to be there individually, but they're going to be there together as the Flicking Fingers. They're all based in Germany, and they are incredible. It's a group of some of the best, the most creative magicians in the world. And they wrote a book called Don't Forget to Point, and it's probably the best magic book ever written, and they're all incredible performers. So not only are you going to see people like Pitt Hartling and Manuel Muerte, they're all going to be there together as well. It's going to be exceptional. So, yeah, they limit, I didn't know this, the session limits the numbers to 400. So I don't know how many tickets are left, but I think I'm going to jump on and get a ticket for me and Ryland. So that's the Session Magic Convention. It's heating up. It's going to be good. Talking about magic conventions, let's talk about Magifest. Magifest is one of the most loved magic conventions in the US. I've always wanted to go there. It's taking place around about the 25th of January, 2025. And the names that are being attached to this are amazing. It's set up and run by the team at Vanishing Ink, but it's in Columbus, Ohio, which is where I am at the moment, which is great because you get the Penguin Magic Shop just around the corner as well. You can go and visit Penguin, and you can go to an amazing magic convention. I wanted to shout out the fact that they've announced that Justin Willman is going to be at the convention. He rarely is at conventions. He's an incredible magician. And on the Saturday night, on the 25th of January, I think it's the 25th, round about there, they're going to be, Justin Willman's going to do his one-man show. Honestly, that's worth the ticket price alone. So if you're in the US, or even not in the US, and you want to go to a kick-ass magic convention to start the year off right, then go to Magifest. One more announcement about magic conventions, and that's the Blackpool Magic Convention. They are really determined to make this the best convention ever, and they are absolutely hitting it out of the park. Since I spoke to you last week, they have announced Cody Fisher, they have announced Brent Braun, they have announced Steve Axtell, John Armstrong, Jackie Yu, oh my, and Chris Dugdale, to name a few. They are really going for it in 2025. They really are. This is probably going to be, no, scratch that. This is definitely going to be the best Blackpool Magic Convention ever. So if you want to go to the Blackpool Magic Convention and you want to try it out, they're really hitting out the park this year, and more names are to be announced. Okay, one more thing about Christmas. The Magic Circle were late in announcing their Christmas shows. Their Christmas shows are some of the most, known shows in London. You know, the Magic Circle run various Christmas shows over Christmas, and they normally announce them at the beginning of the year or over the summer. They've only just announced them in October. They're running a bit late this year, partially due to the turmoil that I talked about earlier on. But their Christmas show for 2024 is looking good. The lineup is great. You've got Tom Brace, who is going to be comparing and hosting the whole thing. And you've got Alana, you've got Neil Austin, 2 great names there. But then you've got probably one of the biggest names in magic in the UK right now, which is Jack Rhodes. Jack Rhodes is dominating social media. He's dominating YouTube. His videos are so incredibly funny. And as well as that, he's obviously just got through to the final and came second, was it second on Britain's Got Talent. He is absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, hitting it out of the park. Jack is very funny, very likable, and he's going to be part of the Christmas show. So if you want to see the Christmas show at the Magic Circle headquarters and get to go and see that iconic staircase, then tickets are now available and they are selling quick. Okay, one final piece of news. I said I was going to give you 2 pieces of news, 2 scoops. The first scoop I've already given you. That was scoop number one, my project coming out. The second scoop involves penguin magic. Now, I have not asked Penguin's permission to do this, and I will probably be shot when they find out. But at that point, by the time you watch this, I'll be on a plane on the way back to Columbus, so they're not going to be able to do anything to me. But last week, I dropped the bombshell that Penguin Magic are bringing back the Christmas holiday special. Now, for those of you that don't know, Scott Alexander and Dan Harlan for years ran the holiday special, and it was hilarious. I think it was everyone's favorite lecture. Every year Scott would hit it out the park. Every year Dan Harlan would hit it out the park, and it was always amazing. And then it stopped, and now unfortunately Scott has passed away, rest in peace. And Dan Harlan kind of has moved away from Columbus, and although still does things with Penguin occasionally, he's kind of doing his own thing. So they made the decision that they wanted to bring the Christmas show back, and that's what they're doing. Here's your bombshell. I'm going to be involved in that. That's why I'm in Penguin right now. Well, it's not the only reason. There's more than one reason. Here's a sneak peek of another reason. What does that mean? You'll find out. But I am going to be here, and I am going to be part of the Christmas show. You're going to have 3 people part of the Christmas show this year, and I'm going to tell you the names. Penguin are going to kill me. I don't care. It's myself, it's Eric Tate, and it's Clarissa Hendricks. That's right, Lucy Darling herself. This is incredible. I know that Penguin and myself and Eric and Clarissa and Nick and everyone else behind the scenes have been working on this for since Magic Live was when kind of the deal was sealed. So for the last few months, we've been working on this. There's going to be everything that you would expect from a Penguin Holiday Spectacular. There's going to be a lot of piss takes. There's going to be a lot of Mickey taking. It's going to be very, very funny. You got song routines, you got dance routines. Plus, I am going to be doing a brand new lecture. I'm going to be lecturing stuff that I've never lectured online anywhere. So if you've seen one of my Alakazam Academies, or my Vanishing Ink Masterclass, or my Penguin Live, or my Let's Go Back in Time, my Murphy's at the Table lecture, any of those online things, this is going to be brand new, never seen before material that's going to be part of this. I'm there to kind of do the magic. I hope they're not expecting me to do the singing and the dancing. I'm hoping that's what Clarissa and Eric are there for. Hopefully, because I don't dance and I don't sing, but it's going to be hilarious. It's going to be a homage to Scott Alexander and how big an influence he was, both to my career and to Penguin Magic. So there's your scoop. Look out for this, because this is going to be absolutely legend. Wait for it. Derry. So there you go, that's your magic news. That's your magic news again for this week. I'm sorry I'm in a hotel room. I'll be back in the UK next week. But do me a favour, please, do me a favour. Do me a favour. Do me one favour. The one favour I need you to do me is leave a comment down below. If there's any news that you'd like me to talk about, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of this. You know, I really like your feedback. Your feedback really helps. And I will be back again tomorrow with my little sidekick, Ryland. We will be doing another review show. So look out for the review show next week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Craig, and this has been your magic news right here on Magic TV.